So we're just trying to have a good time and maybe bring some of you youngsters, some of you guys that are struggling, and some of you guys that aren't holding yourselves accountable, and you want to find the problems in Nick and I and find this and that. Maybe you ought to take a second and look in the mirror and see, where you're at, where you're trying to be. Are you where you're trying to be? And if you're not, what are you doing to get there? Like, you see that we're not just sitting down doing a podium speech right now. This is a life that we've chosen to live, and I can, woo! I've never had it so good, for real. And that has a lot to do with 12,700 some people out there keeping me accountable, but that without you guys, I would still be keeping me accountable. I know that I could, hi, beautiful. I know that I could turn my day around at any time. He was getting ready to tell you some things, and so if somebody pisses you off at Target, you can walk around with that, so to me, that's like drinking a bottle of poison and hoping that they die. Right. If I'm gonna walk around with that, fucking
and it gets to a point where you do it so often,
it becomes an exercise.
Because it's not just exercise, at first I'm like, you know what I mean? Someone pissed me off, go around, call who I gotta call, restart my day, get back on the right note. Now if someone says shit, I'm like, come on, dog. You know what I mean? I don't even let it get to me, bro. I brush it off, dude.
Yeah, that's through practice and exercise. Practice and exercise.
It goes back.
Sure.
If you don't exercise, you ain't gonna get fit, bro.
Right. Yeah. I'm talking about mental exercise.
Anything, bro.
Right.
So right now we're talking about mental. You know what I mean? So we're gonna fast forward a little bit to the 11th step, reflecting your day, the choices you made, how they affected your day. What can I do better tomorrow to not have the same outcome from the choices I made today? If it was an unhealthy choice that led to an unhealthy outcome. You know what I mean? Every single night I go to bed, every night. And if I don't remember, my lady reminds me. I mean, there's not a night that I've missed since I've decided to get clean and sober that I don't get on my knees and I reach out to my higher power and ask him, what can I do tomorrow to become a better me than I was today? You know what I mean? Simple as that, bro. I don't get into detail about
asking for anything or
no. I ask, what can I do to become a better me, bro? That's all I want to do. I want to become a better me so I can be a better person to my wife, to my mom and dad, to my friends, to my family. And then, that goes in, and I'm going to go into the 12th step, bro. This is what we're doing right now, the 12th step.
For sure. I just want to say, it doesn't matter what God you have. Please find something that makes you feel better.
You don't even have to have one. Just be willing to believe be willing to believe.
Right. Because like myself, my God doesn't require me to get on my knees, but I do the same thing. Believe that. I ask Him to relieve me of my shortcomings so that I could be of more assistance to Him the next day. With us, with society, like all that.
Bro, it could be Buddha, Allah,
study them all.
Thor,
study them all.
Odin,
study them all.
Anything.
Yeah.
And right now, like you said, it may be helping somebody else, but it helps me. Not just hold me accountable, bro. Being out there and going over my story makes me realize and puts back in my head to not forget where I came from, bro.
For sure.
You know what I mean? I firmly believe that if I forget where I came from, I'm gonna land back there quick. And doing stuff like this allows me to not only not forget where I came from, but it also it allows me to see again how far I've come. You know what I mean?
And you've come a long way.
I have, bro, and it's like I said, it's that moment of clarity that I ran with that willingness. That's what got me to where I am today. And today I have a beautiful life. I'm active in my program. I reach my hand out when there's people who are struggling, and I offer my help and anything that I can do.
It's like Dakota stopping by tonight.
Dakota stopping by.
Yeah, that was great. He knew you were going to be here and made a decision. Cool, that's beautiful, Doug.
Right.
So yeah, keep going.
And that applies to anybody, Because of the decisions I make today in my life, I have a beautiful life, bro. And I've said it before, the last time we did a film, I have nothing but a basic life, dude. I wake up, 5:15, I go downstairs and make my breakfast. I have my coffee, get a little bit of bite to eat, boom, I'm off to work, bro. I put in my 8 hours, I work, I come home, I get a little bit of bite to eat, and I head to the gym, dude. After the gym, I either come home and I kick with the old lady, or I go to the meeting, or I go to a meeting and then I come home and kick with my old lady. You know what I mean? And I do that same thing every day, bro. And it becomes a pattern to where I'm doing that every day, and my life continues to build and continues to grow. You know what I mean? If you're making the right decisions, you're gonna have a positive outcome. If you're making poor decisions, chances are, bro, you're not gonna have a great outcome.
You know?
And because of the choices that I make today, I have good relationships with my family. I have friends that I can rely on, you know, that actually care. You know what I mean? People come over to my house today and they're like, hey man, how you doing? You know what I mean? Back in the day, no one came over to load a rig and be like, hey man, how you doing? You want to eat well?
Right.
You know, it just didn't work like that. Nowadays, people actually care.
And all that took work too.
All work, bro. Trust issues like crazy, dude.
All that took work.
You know, today, like I said, I have a normal basic life, but it's a life that I always wanted. I never thought it was possible. I thought it was out of reach, and it wasn't gonna happen. And I'm grateful for the life I have today. You know, like I said, I go to work 40 hours a week, weekends, my time, bro. You know what I mean? My time to know that I'm gonna not be in jail, I'm not gonna be in rehab, I can do something productive. Once you start making all these right choices about your life starts getting better. I met a girlfriend who became my wife. And we started in a little tiny apartment. She got pregnant. We moved into a townhouse. I have a baby that's coming. You know, and these are the gifts of making the right choices. You know, if you make bad choices, bad shit's gonna happen. You make good choices, good shit's gonna happen. I have a job, I'm able to provide for my family, able to provide for me. I basically am able to have today anything in reason.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And I've seen it. People come in struggling, not willing, go right back out. People come in, they do the work, they do what's suggested, they get it, the light comes on in their eyes, they start doing the right thing, they get a life worth living.
For sure.
You know, and basically, you know, my the one thing I could say, you know, that all of this stuff happens if you work for it. If you sit with your you sit with your hands underneath you and you just stare at shit, ain't gonna happen, bro. You gotta put in the
Or
work.
just sit there with your hand out.
It ain't gonna happen,
It
bro.
ain't gonna happen.
Like I said before, you wanna get fit, you gotta go to the gym. You want money in the bank account, you gotta go to work. You want a running car, you gotta do maintenance on it, bro. I look at it like that too, bro. You know what I mean? It's like a car. If you don't do maintenance on it, get your oil changed, get your brakes fixed, tires rotated, shit's gonna fall apart, bro.
Can I check your oil?
I'll check your oil. You got a high tab for you, bro.
I got a high tab.
You already owe it, bro.
I know.
You know,
As long
and
as I owe you, you'll never be broke.
that is true, dog. So that's how I look at it. I have to do maintenance on my life today to keep the life that I have. If I stop going to meetings, if I stop doing what got me to this point, I'm gonna end up back to where I was before. You know, and that's something I never want. I never want my family to have to look me in the eyes and see that dope fiend active in their addiction, making poor choices, making broken promises again, bro.
Respect.
You know, you know, I live in the moment, like you said, you know, and I honestly feel like that's what allows me to have a good day. You know, I don't stress on the past. There's nothing I can do about it. It's done with, bro. I don't future trip about tomorrow. It's not promised.
For sure.
You know, there's nothing I can do about the past. There's nothing I can do about the future. There's nothing I can do about what you say to judge me. You know what I mean?
Right?
I live right now. I'm comfortable with who I am. I'm comfortable with my life, and that's all because I've done the necessary, the next indicated action to get what I have, bro.
You know why people like us? Because we tell the truth. You know why people dislike us?
Because we tell the truth.
Because we tell the truth.
You know what I mean?
You know, Nick, I really appreciate you coming out, sharing your experience, strength, and hope, and your story. You know, you're just an average guy suffering by, but you get to enjoy your day any way you want it to be. You get to have as valid day as you want to have. And I haven't really called you without hearing some kind of laughter on those phone calls at any given time. And not that we don't crack each other up anyway, but, you know, like, and that's freedom, man. I don't know about you guys, but all I ever wanted to do was feel good inside, and whether that meant joining a gang and feeling the love that I felt there, or making bad moves.
Being an active, productive member of society, bro.
That didn't come until way later for me, you know that.
Right.
You know, like all these, I made every poor decision one could make, and then I was blessed with an opportunity to be back out here on the streets, you know, and I didn't do well in the beginning then either, you know. I'm going to do a lot of that. We're going to do some cutting film and stuff for Patreon that's going to let people know, you know, some of my dark sides, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know some of the things I've had to do. So I put a video out about, yeah, I'm in sales. I've sold flesh, my own, you know, and there was a lot of judgment there, but you know, at first I'm like, man, these guys just haven't been out there. And then I'm thinking about, you know, there are probably a bunch of 16-year-olds still stealing from their mom and dad.
And it doesn't matter what they think, because there are
Doesn't
people who
matter.
can relate, bro.
I'm good. I can share my shit.
Right, and there are people that actually
No, I get
relate.
more relate stories than anything, and that's the magic for me, is I get to continue and go, I can identify. I've been just as fucked up, and today I'm still as fucked up for the first 3 to 5 minutes in the
Right.
morning. You know what I mean? Until I do what I got to do to get right.
Get your head right.
You know,
And then people
I'm
know
sure
that they're not alone with somebody.
you're never alone. You know, welcome to your family of understanding. You'll hear that. And if you go to a meeting and you don't see that, start becoming what we're talking about.
Be vulnerable. Put
Become
yourself
that
out there.
attractiveness. Yeah, exactly. Put yourself out there. Hey, how you doing? You know, negativity pushes away people. The more positive you are, the more you're going to have the groups in the meetings that are
And
just
don't get me wrong, bro. When I first did all this, super uncomfortable, bro.
back there on death row.
Crawling out of my, felt like I was crawling out of my skin, going like this the whole time, and uncomfortable, bro. And not just the meetings, bro. Anything I do new that I've never done before, and I get that uncomfortableness, I'm still like that, bro. You know what I mean? But then you grow from it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Anything that you go through that's a hardship or struggle or something you're uncomfortable in, all of that, from my experience, have brought growth. You know what I mean? And growth has given me the life that I have today. You know? How are you gonna experience and go through life if you're gonna be scared of shit?
Correct. Why live in fear at all?
Why live in fear at all?
Everything's gonna play out.
And
just
why
the way it's
live if you can't be happy, bro?
For sure.
You know?
You know, it's up to us to make us happy, though. No one
Right.
else could do it. We can't. A woman's not gonna.
We can put a hand out and try to show them the right
Absolutely.
direction, like what was done for me. But if you're not willing to do it, then you gotta be willing to be uncomfortable to grow, bro.
For sure. So I just want to say thank you for coming out tonight. You know, tomorrow's another day. We'll be back at the gym again.
Not promised, but I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to it.
Hopefully, if we continue doing what we're doing, we'll get to
Right.
see it. You know, every day above dirt at this age is a good one. You know, hopefully my ear isn't as bad tomorrow. But you know, we got a saying around here. It goes something like, "Some people want it to happen, some people need it to happen, but heavy hitters make it happen." And Nick happens to be a heavy hitter. Why don't you join us?